Are we live, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're live. So, first of all, NXT, I think, in my opinion, was live, but it was also live and taped. The show was taped. Okay? The show was taped. And I watched NXT. I watched some of the NXT videos on the YouTube channel that were released on WWE's YouTube channel. And the show was not half bad. It's just, how do I explain it? It's just, yeah, this show's not half bad, but it's just, I still can't help but not like the fact that NXT is slowly morphing sort of into the Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown main roster garbage. I was trying to be funny when I said main roster garb-ish. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but I was actually trying to be funny. Trying to make some of you feel better. I'm trying to make those of you who might be crying feel better. And we don't need to see that on television. Main roster garbage. We don't need to see Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. We don't need to see NXT morphing into Monday Night Raw and SmackDown main roster garbage on WWE Television. We don't need to see that on WWE Television. Just putting it out there, man. I'm just putting it out there. So soon, I feel like these NXT shows are going to soon slowly get worse, and worse. Just like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. As the months go by. Now that Vince McMahon and Bruce is still highly involved with NXT. So, that's that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining. For those of you who are not here yet, for those of you who are here watching, who are probably visible watching my channel, thank you for joining. I'm Brendan Ingram, back here with your June the 24th, 2020 NXT review. Obviously, June the 4th's been done past by now. I just didn't say it right. I just didn't say the day right. That's all. At least I correct myself. I misspelled, but I correct myself. So, before I get started with this review, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and turn on the old bell for notifications to never miss my wrestling breaking news videos that I upload and release on my channel. And to never miss my NXT Monday Night Raw and SmackDown reviews. NXT reviews like this that I do every week on my YouTube channel. Live. So, let's go ahead and get to it. Because I'm ready to end this review and go to bed. I'm doing this for those of you who did not get to watch NXT, who did not get to see what happened on NXT. I'm doing this.
No matter where this summer takes
Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Anyways, I do these NXT Monday Night Raw and SmackDown reviews because they are important. Because Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and Raw is important for those of you who are fans of WWE to know. But it seems like every time we watch these garbage Monday Night Raw and SmackDown shows that WWE are giving us week after week after week, it's almost like WWE's just giving us a slap in the face, just like this. I mean, just saying. It almost feels like they're giving us a slap in the face. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind, Vince McMahon has his fingerprints all over NXT. He's involved with why one of these superstars could potentially be double champion. Well, he's involved for the reason why these matches were booked on NXT. He's the reason why the matches were booked. So tired. Anyways, we're going to get started with this NXT review. So, the opening segment. So, they head into footage from 1 hour before television went live. And Damian Priest was outside of his car in pain. Cameron Grimes was running away from the scene. Running away like a fucking bitch. More like, the price is wrong, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Cameron Grimes, yeah, he was running away from the scene like a meanie-me. And it is heavily implied that Grimes attacked Priest. But we do not know. Grimes comes out for his scheduled match against the Arch of Infamy. Of course, I'm going to tell y'all what happened to this match between Cameron Grimes and Damian Priest. Grimes cuts a promo ahead of the match. It says that Priest is going to no-show the match. Grimes runs down Priest on the mic and says that Priest is scared of him. He wants the ref to come out and raise his hand in victory. Priest walks out without music, and referees and backstage crews are trying to stop him from coming out. He fights them off and enters the ring anyway. Grimes jumps Priest before he can get ready. Referee makes him step back and the bell rings. So, Grimes runs at Priest, but Priest hits Grimes with strikes and stomps, keeping Grimes at bay. Grimes, of course that wasn't enough to keep Grimes at bay. Grimes blocks a back body drop, and Priest goes for a chokeslam. Grimes gets out. Grimes goes for a German suplex. But Priest continues his attack on... But Grimes continues his attack on... Anyways, sorry. Something was playing. I was interrupted. Anyways. As I was reading, Grimes runs at Priest, but Priest hits Grimes with strikes and stomps, keeping Grimes at bay, which Grimes again did not keep Priest at bay. Grimes blocks a back body drop, and Priest goes for a choke slam, but Grimes gets out. Grimes goes for a German suplex, but Priest continues his attack on Priest's lower back. Out of nowhere, Priest hits a choke slam on Grimes, but Grimes I am tired of these fucking videos playing on this tablet. This is getting on my nerves. But Grimes rolls out of the ring to prevent a powerful attempt. Grimes begins to walk up the ramp to escape the match. Priest comes out of the ring, and Grimes comes back and pushes Priest into the ring apron. Priest goes for a crucifix bomb, but his back gave out and dropped Grimes. Grimes comes back and hits a cave-in on Priest on the outside. Grimes enters the ring and wants to count out victory. He wants a count on victory, but Priest enters the ring at 9. Grimes goes for another cave-in, but Priest avoids it. Grimes goes for another cave-in, and Priest is unable to avoid another one. Grimes covers Priest for the victory, so I'm guessing this clearly is an indication that they're continuing this Grimes and Damian Priest feud. So that's an indication of that. So obviously this didn't go. This match was not good for Damian Priest. I mean, he was injured. You know, he couldn't do much of anything in the ring. Grimes had the upper hand. I hate to say it, but he did. He did. He had the upper hand. So the victory went to Cameron Grimes. So after that match, after Cameron Grimes' victory, Rhea Ripley was shown arriving at the arena earlier today, and she is asked about her thoughts on Io Shirai. Before Ripley can get too far into an answer, Robert Stone comes out and tries to court Ripley again for the Robert Stone brand. He announced that Liv has signed with the Robert Stone brand, and he asks Ripley once again if she wants to join him. Ripley responds by throwing him in a dumpster. Liv comes out and tries to defend Robert Stone. Ripley tries to tell Liv that Stone isn't worth it, but Liv slaps Ripley. Liv realizes that she made a mistake, and Ripley issues a challenge to Liv. So we are reminded about the triple threat match main event for tonight, which we didn't have to be reminded about because we knew the triple threat match was in the main event before the show even started. So it went on commercial break after that. So back from commercial break, we got the addition of WWE's very own Thatch as Thatch Can Wrestling School. More like WWE's very own Thatch as Thatch Can School Wrestling School main roster garbage. Folks, we don't need to see this on television. I mean, don't get me wrong. Timothy Thatcher is a good wrestler, but nothing seems to be going well for Timothy Thatcher on NXT as of right now. So, let's leave it at that, folks. Anyways, we get a recap of, oh my god, why did they name this stable Legado del Fantasma? Why? This is a absolute garbage stable name. I don't like it. I don't like it. WWE needs to change it. I don't fucking like this stable name. To me, it's considered main roster garbage. They need to change that name right now because it's main roster garbage. Okay? I don't like the name. It's not making Escobar Santos and his two Fantasma stablemates, Raquel Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, look any good. It's not making this stable look good. Instead, they're naming the stable to make them look like embarrassments. the stable name is WWE Main Roster Garbage. I don't like it. I really don't. Anyways, so we got a recap of them attacking Drake Maverick. Jake Atlas went to check on Drake Maverick as he was wheeled out on a stretcher. So here's another match we got on tonight's NXT. This match, I'll tell you at the end. So here's what happened with this match between Santos Escobar and Jake Atlas. Atlas and Escobar lock up early on. Atlas takes down Escobar with a diving crossbody, then gets Escobar in the corner and strikes away. A snap rear leads to a rear chin lock by Atlas. Escobar fights to his feet, but Atlas continues with his strikes to Escobar's head. In midsection, Atlas hits an arm drag and a double leg takedown, followed by a ground and pound and a series of stomps. Atlas takes down Escobar with a few chops, but Escobar comes back with right hands. Escobar whips Atlas into the ropes, but Atlas hits a Hurricanrana. Escobar dumps Atlas into the apron. Atlas is momentarily distracted by a member of Legado del Fantasma. Such a garbage stable name that I wish WWE would change right now. Atlas goes for a PK from the apron, but his kick is dodged. Escobar uses the distraction to push Atlas off of the apron and into the plexiglass on the outside. And they go to commercial break. So when they came back from commercial break, Escobar is in firm control of Jake Atlas. A heel kick to the jaw of Atlas takes him down. Escobar covers him for a 2. Escobar locks in a rear chin series, but Atlas reaches the ropes and forces a break. Escobar whips Atlas into the corner. It's a back elbow covering him for 2. Escobar kicks away at Atlas, then takes him down with a snapmare and an abdominal stretch. Atlas refuses to submit, so Escobar gets Atlas to his feet. Atlas strikes away, and Escobar goes for a Phantom Driver, which happens to be Escobar's finisher, I think. But anyways, Atlas escapes and takes Escobar down with shoulder tackles and a scope slam. Atlas hits a standing moonsault on Escobar for a very close 2 count. Atlas hits a drop kick on Escobar, sending him to the outside. Then hits a moonsault on Rael Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. Atlas went for springboard offense on Escobar, who was back in the ring, but he dodged. Atlas hit a DDT on Escobar, pinning him for 2. Atlas goes to the top rope, but Escobar crouches him in the corner. Escobar picks up Atlas in a fireman's carry and hits him with an elbow in the face. Then a Phantom Driver covering Atlas for 3. This was not really a intense match, but it was an interesting match. And that's all I got to say about this match. Anyways, moving on to the next. So, we get another session of main roster garbage. Undisputed Therapy. Why are they making Undisputed Era look like main roster garbage? Why? They were doing good with the Undisputed Era. Now it seems like WWE's doing bad with the Undisputed Era. Oh, it's Vince McMahon's creative idea to do this Undisputed Era therapy session thing. And good old Bruce. Oh, they make me sick, man. So Dr. O'Reilly tells us that we had a split up last week with the truck. Strong says that he keeps seeing Dexter Lumis chasing after him, but he wants to conquer. More like WWE need to be conquering the Monday Night Raw and Smackdown ratings rather than letting them drop. Let's be honest, because that's exactly what Vince McMahon and Bruce is doing, letting them drop. Vince McMahon's creative decisions is making the ratings look worse. And he himself is making both ratings look worse. So anyways, he wants to conquer his fear of the truck this week. However, reveals himself to the rest of the era, and all four members go outside. Roderick gets in the truck, and Cole closes the lid. Roderick gets out and celebrates. Cole says that Roderick is going to conquer Lumis. And in a match tonight, Strong seems a little shocked, but the rest of the era seem very supportive. O'Reilly says, "I'm so proud of you," as Roderick tries to physique himself up. We got a brief tale of the tape graphic for tonight's triple threat match in the main event. So they got a commercial break. So then, back from commercial break, we get a recap of the final moments of the NXT Tag Team Championship match from last week that included Enda Sheer, which no one gives a fucking absolute shit about. Neither do I. Danny Burch and Arnie Larkin in the two teams in the match. Malcolm Bivens, which is another person no one gives a shit about, has requested an interview, and he says that he is mad because they walked out last week because they just wanted to see who was going to win the match from last week. But Arnie Larkin and Danny Burch and Arnie Larkin are not really a tag team, but they are good as a team, though. They could use a tag team name. But Arnie Larkin and Danny Burch came out and attacked them. He said that if he didn't hold back in the sheer, Larkin and Burch would have joined Drake Maverick and his ambulance last week. We get a video package recapping last week's four-way program between Adam Cole, Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, and Finn Balor. That leads to last night's triple threat match for the North American Championship in the hype package for last night's triple threat. So, went on commercial break. Back to commercial break. They head right into the next match. Trying the best I can not to fall asleep. Gotta pull these women up real quick. So here's what happened with the match between the team of Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez. So on commentary, before this match started, Mario calls the team of Catanzaro and Carter the KC Express? What? Okay, moving on. Unreal. Are you serious? It is unclear whether or not that is their real tag team name or just a Mario-ism. Gonzalez and Carter start the match. Gonzalez takes Carter down immediately with a push. Carter chops and kicks away at Gonzalez, then tags in Catanzaro. Casey hits a chop block on Gonzalez and goes for a roll-up. But Gonzalez blocks. Gonzalez has the power advantage, but Katie used double team moves and speed to take down Gonzalez. Carter takes in and Gonzalez punches or pushes her into Gonzalez's corner. Kai tags in and Kai tags in and Casey tags in. But Kai kicks out and takes Casey down with a knee to the face. Kai whips Casey into the corner and tags in Gonzalez, and Gonzalez kicks away before tagging in Kai again. Kai and Gonzalez hit a combo kick and a power slam combo on Casey, and Kai covers her for 2. Casey tags in Carter, and she takes down Kai and Gonzalez. Carter chops away at Kai and then rolls up Kai and kicks her in the face for a 2 count. Carter hit a running kick to Kai's face, then covers her for a 2 count. Again. So then Kai hit Carter with a scorpion kick, and Casey tags in, who hits a Hurricane Roll on Kai. Kai gets to Gonzalez, who tags in. Gonzalez kicks Carter out the ring and hits Casey with a power slam. Kai tags in and locks in a submission on submission on Casey, not Kai. Casey. And Casey taps out. So this was a good match for Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. So Kai cuts a promo to camera and calls out Io. Kai says that Io is in her crosshairs, and Gonzalez says Kai will be the next NXT Women's Champion. So this seemingly setting up for a Kai and Io feud. So Kai and Io Shirai is going to be in a feud, and then it's probably going to lead to Kai challenging Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. So anyways, Branson Reed, which I'm in for. Kai versus Io Shirai, that'll be a great match. I'm in for that match. Branson Reed is shown backstage getting ready for his match with Karrion Kross, and that match will happen right after a commercial break. So, back from commercial break, and Keith Lee is shown backstage getting ready for his match last night. So here we go. Hang on. So I'm going to pull up Karrion Kross with Scarlett and Branson Reed. Here he is. So here's what happened with this match between Karrion Kross with Scarlett ringside versus Bronson Reed. Reed does not make any sort of elaborate entrance, but rather a beeline to the ring. The bell rings and Reed hits Kross with a series of elbows to the head. But Kross hits Reed with a chop to the neck, then a forearm to the face, sending Reed to the ground. Kross stalks Reed, then hits a Doomsday Santos on Reed. Kross runs at Reed, but Reed hits Kross with forearm smashes and Seguri in a release German suplex. Kross gets back to his feet immediately, and Kross and Reed trade strikes to the head. Kross hits Reed with a Northern Lights suplex and a clothesline, taking Reed down. Kross hits another Doomsday Santo, or should I say Sato, then follows it up with a cross jacket, and Reed taps out. Today, Adam Cole is interviewed backstage and is asked who he prefers to face out of the three competitors in tonight's triple threat. Cole says whoever, because it doesn't matter. He says that he is more concerned with making sure his mental has enough room for one more championship. That was a great promo by Adam Cole. I'm impressed with his promos and his in-ring skills. Adam Cole is by far the best NXT championship going. He's the best NXT champion going in the WWE on the NXT roster. He's the best champion. He's the best NXT champion in NXT. Period. In all of NXT. Period. So Rhea Ripley and Alev will face off against each other after a commercial break last night. So back from commercial break that night, we got a promo of Mercedes Martinez that ends with the words "coming soon." Alright. So let me tell y'all what happened with this match between Rhea Ripley and Alev. So here's what happened with this match between Rhea Ripley and Alev with Robert Stone ringside. So Alev immediately tries to run away from Ripley, but Ripley stops her and tosses her across the ring. Ripley hits Alev with a dropkick and she rolls out the ring to regroup. Stone gives Alev some advice and Alev hits Ripley with a jawbreaker on the ropes. Alev goes to the top rope and dives, but Ripley catches her and gets her in a fireman's carry. Alev escapes and tries to pull Ripley's hair. Ripley flattens Alev with a crossline and hits a series of knee strikes to Alev's head. Ripley hit a running dropkick to Alev's head and pinned her for two. Alev kicks away at Ripley for a moment. Ripley returns with a boot to Alev's face. Ripley gets Alev in a submission hold, but Robert Stone gets to the apron and throws a shoe at Ripley to try and force a break. Ripley chases Robert Stone around and into the ring. Robert Stone escapes Ripley's clutches and Alev tries to jump Ripley, using Robert Stone as an advantage
Ripley catches Alexa with a riptide, covering Alexa for 3. This match was all too easy for Rhea Ripley. Why did they even put her in this match? And why was this match even booked for NXT? Nobody gives a shit about this match. Nobody gives a shit about this match. This is almost like a squash match to Rhea Ripley. I didn't care about this match between Rhea Ripley and Liv whatsoever. I really didn't. So after the victory, after Rhea Ripley's victory over Liv, Johnny Gargano was shown backstage getting ready for his match last night. So it's set up next. Roderick Strong will take on Dexter Lumis that night right after the commercial break. So right back from commercial break, they head right into the next match. So, rightfully so. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, match that took place at NXT last night. The next match that took place on NXT last night was Dexter Lumis versus Roderick Strong with Bobby Fish ringside, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. Yes, it was. Correct, Mr. Ingram. Okay. Alright then. Alright. So let me tell you what happened this match between Dexter Lumis, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish ringside. So, Strong does not want to be involved in this match, but Fish forces Strong to come down to the ring and compete in a match. Strong eventually gets in the ring, but Dexter Lumis stares him down in the ring. Strong is having a hard time looking at Lumis. The bell rings and Lumis does not move while Strong tries to position himself up. Strong gets out of the ring. Fish has to talk him up. Strong gets back in the ring, and Lumis still hasn't moved. Strong acts like he's going to go for a single leg takedown, but instead gets back out of the ring. Fish tries to talk Strong back up. Strong gets back in the ring. As soon as Strong jumps in the ring, Lumis moves for the first time, and Strong jumps right back out of the ring and starts to run away. Lumis leaves the ring and chases Strong around the ring until Strong runs to the back. Lumis gets back in the ring and wins by count out. I just want to say that Lumis is doing absolutely great. He looks fucking great. The way he's stalking the Undisputed Era, he's looking great. In this Dexter Lumis Undisputed Era feud, he's looking great. He's doing one hell of a great job with his character. He's fucking great. He really is. I'm impressed with Dexter Lumis. I'm impressed with Dexter Lumis. Not only has JD from NY206 has been impressed with Lumis and how good he's doing, I've also been impressed with Lumis and how good he's done. I think he's fucking great, like what JD says. He's great, man. And JD's right. He's great. He's really great. He's fucking great, man. He's doing good. He has the potential to be a top star in the NXT Men's Division, which WWE is already billing him up to be the NXT's top star. So, Bobby Fish is calling for Roderick Strong, and facing away from the ring, Lumis locks in the kata Gotomy on Ace. Distracted, Bobby Fish escapes and runs away. Robert Stone and Liv are on a video call with William Regal, and Stone is saying that they deserve a rematch with Rhea Ripley. Regal confirms it and makes a handicap match between Robert Stone and Liv against Rhea Ripley. Are you serious? A handicap match with Robert Stone and Liv versus Rhea Ripley. Oh, this is going to be some main roster garbage right here. This match, this handicap match for next week's NXT between Robert Stone and Liv versus Rhea Ripley, this match is going to be some absolute main roster garbage. I guarantee you that's what it's going to be. Told you, soon NXT is going to be morphing into the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown main roster garbage. I told you. Remember I told you that? I told you it's slowly getting there. And I hate it. And I don't like it. Stone is initially hesitant to wrestle. But Regal insists. Stone relents, but asks for a stipulation for Ripley to be forced to join the Robert Stone brand if she loses. Regal is hesitant and says that it's something that Ripley would have to be talked to about, but Ripley walks by and agrees to the stipulation, clearly not worried about losing. Finn Balor is shown getting ready for his upcoming match, and we were told last night that the main event triple threat match was next, right after the commercial break. So back from commercial break, get a video with a voiceover from William Regal over a video package for Io Shirai. He has scheduled a fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for Io Shirai and her NXT Women's Championship. The four competitors are Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai, and Candice LeRae. That match scheduled for next week. Also scheduled for next week, Dexter Lumis will take on Roderick Strong and NXT's first ever strap match. Okay. Like, what is a strap match? We don't know what that is. Why has it always got to be about games? Why can't it just be about action? About real action in the ring. Not about matches like not about coming up with matches like strap matches or arm wrestle matches or all that bull crap. We don't want to see that. We want to see action, real action on television. On WWE Television, we want to see real action. Anyways. Here's what happened with the match between a North American champion, Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, and Finn Balor. Getting ready to pull those guys up for you all right now. Just give me a second here. Just please give me a second. That's all I ask for is a second. Trust me, I'm trying to make this review feel important for you all. Trying to make it look important. Trying to trying to do this review to make you realize that wrestling, pro wrestling, WWE, and all these companies are important. Want to know what else is important? Life. That, to me, is mainly important. Nothing like life, right? Anyways. So let me tell you what happened to this main event. So, Gargano rolls out of the ring as soon as the bell rings, and Balor seems content to just deal with each other for now. Balor gets to the middle rope, goes for a diving crossbody, but Lee catches him. Gargano tries to roll up Lee, but Lee blocked it and takes down Balor and Gargano with clotheslines as they go to commercial break. So back from commercial break, and Keith Lee is still firmly in control of both Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. Why would they have a commercial break already at the beginning of the main event matchup? Really. This is what WWE did with the Viking Raiders in the Street Profits matchup for the Raw Women's title. This is what they did with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team titles on Monday Night Raw. This is how they did them. And see, now they're doing this triple threat match the same way. Wow. It's supposed to be a championship main event match, and they're doing this. So back from commercial break, and Keith Lee is still firmly in control of both Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. Finn gets a chokehold on Lee from behind, but Lee tosses him off. Gargano jumps on Lee's back off and does the same, but Lee also tosses Gargano off. Finn goes right back to the same position on Lee's back, and Lee falls down to one knee, but then stands back up and drives Finn into a corner, breaking the grip. Gargano and Balor run at Lee with a series of strikes and running forearms. Lee stays on his feet. Balor and Gargano run at Lee, but he catches them both and tosses both of them over his head. Lee goes after Balor in the corner, whipping him hard across the ring. Gargano goes for a single leg takedown on Lee. Lee fights him off. Balor jumps on Lee's back again and locks in another sleeper while Johnny goes after Lee's ankle. Lee tosses off Finn, then picks up Gargano and takes him down with a forearm. Both Balor and Gargano have rolled out of the ring, and Lee gets out of the ring. Lee looks like he might go for a pounce, but Balor intercepts him and hits a sling blade, followed by Gargano hitting a senton cannonball from the apron onto Lee. Balor tries to whip Lee into the steel steps, and it looks like he won't have enough strength. Gargano comes from behind and pushes Lee as Balor pulls, and they work together to drive Lee into the steel steps. Lee is finally taken down as they go to another commercial break. Back from commercial break, Balor's driving his shoulder onto Gargano's mix session in the corner. Lee is nowhere to be seen. Balor whips Gargano in the corner and hits a running uppercut on Gargano. Gargano goes to the apron and hits a slingshot spear on Balor and pins him for 2. Gargano picks up Balor and chops away at Balor's chest. Gargano goes to the apron again, look for a slingshot DDT, but Balor catches Gargano with a forearm to the face. Balor hits a dive over the top rope onto Lee to the outside and gets back in the ring immediately and takes down Gargano with an inverted DDT, then covers him for 2. Balor hits Gargano with a sling blade, but before he can capitalize, Lee is back in the action and hits a sling blade crossbody over the top rope onto Balor and Gargano. Lee takes out Gargano and Balor in opposite corners. Balor is able to take down Lee. Is able to take Lee down and hit a double foot stomp on Lee. Balor picks up Gargano and goes for a 1916, but Gargano blocks, and Lee picks up Balor in an electric chair, and Balor escapes and gets a sleeper in on Lee. Gargano comes out of nowhere and hits a super kick on Balor. Gargano hits Balor with the one last beat He beats the one last beat slingshot DDT on Balor. Hitting Balor, but Lee breaks up the pin at 2. Gargano locks in a Galaton on Lee and hits a tornado DDT on Lee. Lee rolls out the ring, and Gargano hits a tope onto Lee. Gargano goes back in the ring and goes for another tope onto Balor, but Balor catches him. Tries to hit a 1916, but Lee comes around to the opposite side and hits a pounce on Balor and Gargano. Back in the ring, Lee was looking for a spirit bomb on Balor. Balor gets a double foot stomp on Lee. Balor runs at Lee, but Gargano intercepts him with a super kick. Balor takes Gargano down with a drop kick into the corner and into Lee. Lee falls into Gargano. Balor goes to the top rope, but Lee stops him. Picks up Balor for the Big Bang Catastrophe. Gargano rolls up Lee and gets his feet on the ropes, but Lee kicks out at 2. Lee picks Gargano and Balor goes to the top rope to break up the pin with a coup de grace, but Lee moves out of the way. Balor hit the coup de grace on an already down Gargano. Lee grabs Balor and hits a Big Bang Catastrophe on Balor, pinning him for 3. Adam Cole comes down to the ring, and Cole and Lee hold their championships, are staring down each other as NXT goes off air. So folks, this is the end of your June the 24th, 2020 NXT review. Folks, tune in this Friday night. Tune in, because after Friday Night Smackdown, immediately after Friday Night Smackdown, I will be reviewing Friday Night Smackdown live on my YouTube channel. So, I'm getting the hell out of here. Take it easy, folks. Have a good day. And have a good weekend. Have a good rest of your Thursday.